Billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In hello to all the viewers and dear students of Salam University. I would like to welcome you once again to another tutorial lecture on the subject of leadership. I'm Safiullah Shinwari, one of the lecturers of Salam University, Faculty of Economics. So let's see what are topics which are going to be explained in our today's session. Before beginning our today's lecture, let me remind you about the previous topics. In our last few sessions, we've talked about the types of leadership, the autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, transformational, and transactional styles of leadership. So we had detailed lectures on these types of leadership styles. So in case if you have missed the previous lectures, you can go back to my channel and try to study lecture number 7 and 8. So let's discuss our today's topic. In this lecture, we're going to explain in details leadership ethics, threats of ethical leader, and also why is ethical leadership important. And also we'll have at the end of the lecture examples of poor and good leadership. So let's start from our first topic, leadership ethics. Alright, before discussing the word leadership ethics, let's shortly or briefly discuss the word ethics, which is a very common word used in different fields. Like in management we have it a subject by the name of business ethics. So we have sports ethics in ADC. But here we'll discuss also the connection of ethics with leadership. But at first we'll talk about ethics. So as you know that ethics is the moral principles or the guidelines, the rules and regulations that govern the behavior of individuals or society. And also we can say that ethics can be different from one society to another society. So normally ethics are the principles that govern the behavior of the individuals towards society and towards other individuals. And tells you that what is wrong and what is right, in what is ethically wrong and what is ethically right, because each society they have some ethics, and every person in my perception should have ethics. But as we know that leaders, they are more the people that they are inspiring, motivating, and encouraging others, and they always have the large number of followers. So they should show some ethics in their leadership towards other individuals. So now let's discuss what is the relationship of ethics to leadership. We can say that ethical leadership means acting according to your moral principles. It means as an individual you should have some moral principles, the principles which are morally okay in your day-to-day business life and decision making. So while you are performing your day-to-day business activities or you're making decisions regarding your business or regarding your organization, so in your business activities or in your decision, you should show some moral principles. You should not make a decision which is morally not right or it can hurt your followers. To put it simply, it means doing the right thing. It means you should always be careful to do the right things in your activities. Ethical theories on leadership talk about two main things. There are lots of ethical theories on the subject of leadership, and they are mainly discussing 2 points. The actions and behavior of leaders. It means that what are the actions, what are the activities, and what are the behaviors of leaders in the personality and character of a leader. What is the type of personality a leader has? It is essential to note that ethics are an essential to leadership. Definitely, as I said before, that ethics is required for everybody. Everybody must have ethics, but it's more essential and fundamental to leadership because leaders are the people, they have the followers, they are encouraging and inspiring other people. So as a leader that you are following a large number of group or people, so you should show ethics because you are setting example for others. If you do not show ethics or moral principles in your behavior, in your personality to others, so it will be difficult to inspire other, or you may inspire other people, but in a negative sense. A leader drives and influences the subordinates, followers, to achieve a common goal, be it in case of teamwork, organizational mission, or any other project. It is an ethical job of the leader to treat his subordinates with respect. So here we can have an example. Like whenever you're treating your followers or your subordinates and give them respect and just treat them more kindly. So it shows your ethical aspect of your personality and also ethical aspect of your leadership style, as each of them has unique personality. So your followers are not the same. All followers, they have different personality and different attitude. So as a leader, you should show respect to all of them and you should treat them in different ways. The ethical environment in an organization is built and developed by leaders as they have an influential role in the organization, and due to the fact that leaders have an influence in developing the organizational values. So it's clear for us that the leaders, they are shaping the environment of the organization, they are creating teams, and they are creating moral principles, and they are creating habits. And leaders are the people that they have influence on team, on organization as a whole, and they are shaping the culture, the style and environment of the organization. So they should create ethical environment where everybody is respected, where everybody has values, and also organization also get their values. There are some components or some threats of the ethical leaders. These components are added to the personality of a leader that we can consider him or her as an ethical leader. Respect to others, serve others, show justice, manifest honesty, build community. So these are, as I said, some of the essentials or some of the qualities or some of the components if you have in your personality and you show them in your behavior to your followers. So you'll be considered the ethical leader. Let's discuss them further in details. At first, dignity and respectfulness. So the two words suggest very clearly dignity. A leader who has ethical skills or ethical behaviors, or a leader who has the qualities, ethical qualities, so he always show his followers respect and offer them respect and give them the best respect and feelings. An ethical leader always keep his employees or subordinates in a very good position, give them very good dignity, and always the ethical leaders, they respect the feelings and decisions, suggestions of the followers, and give them special values. So as I said before, that these leaders, they give great respect to others. An ethical leader should not use his followers as a medium to achieve his personal goals. Discussed in our previous lectures that there are two types of goals, individual goals and also organizational goals. So leaders, they are normally following, or they are oriented, or they are concentrating on the organizational goals. That's true, that's fine. But the ethical leaders, they should consider and concentrate, and they should be oriented to both sort of goals, organizational goals and also the individual goals of his followers. So it's not okay for a leader to use his followers or subordinates as a medium, as a source to achieve his personal goals or organizational goals, but he just do not consider or ignore the followers, their goals and objectives. यानी ethical leaders हमेशा بأردنوا از أهداف value میتا بأهداف followers و بأهداف organization. یک ethical leader هیچ وقت ای کار نمیکنه که تنها أهداف اداره را توسط followers achieve کنه. He should respect their feelings. So every individual in every living human being, they have the feelings. So the ethical leaders should respect their feelings and give them chance in decision making and value them. Respecting the followers implies, suggests, shows that you are offering them great value. So how can you give them value? By listening them effectively and just give them time to offer their suggestions and advices or their recommendations to you. And be patient, listen them very patiently, as well as being liberal in hearing opposing viewpoints. So definitely subordinates, they may not have all same views. Some of them might be having opposing views. They may just reject your viewpoints as a leader. So you shouldn't get kind of angry, or you should not just lose your temper. So you should always have the patience, the tolerance to listen those viewpoints which are against you. In short, it implies treating the followers in a manner that authenticates their values and beliefs. Point number second is serving others. He serves others. So ethical leaders, in those who call themselves and consider themselves that actually we are the ethical leaders, they always try to serve others. An ethical leader should place his followers' interest ahead of his interest. That as a leader, they also have their interest, but they always show to the people, they always manifest to the people that his personal interests are not as important as he is working for the interest of his followers. Unfortunately, we do not have these kind of leaders in our society, either political leaders or business leaders, because we have witnessed in the organizations or even in the government system that leaders, they are prioritizing, or they're giving more priority to their personal goals, to their personal interests, which is not ethically okay. We believe that ethical leaders, they always giving more priority to the interest of his individuals. So if we see in our country, as I said before, our leaders, our political leaders, they are not giving priority to the interest of nation. They are always giving priority to their personal interests. So that's what as a nation we are not going to develop. Even we've seen some of the organizations in our country that they do not believe in their followers or in their employees. They're not giving them that value, or they do not keep their interest at top. They always keep the interest of their organization or their personal interest at top. So that's why even the organizations, they're not developing the way they should have developed. He should be human. He should be human means what? Show those feelings, those characteristics, show compassion, kindness, great behavior towards others, and respect others like a human. He must act in a manner that's always fruitful for his followers. It means his decisions, his ideas, his viewpoints should always benefit his followers, should always give good and positive results to his followers. Do not make those decisions, or do not make those moves which can hurt your followers. So this is second quality, ethical quality that a leader should have. Justice is the next threat or quality of the ethical leader. So the word justice is very clear. It implies that the leader should show fairness and just treat all the followers equally. And the leader should not make like personal bias. Do not treat people based on their gender or culture or language differences. So a leader should not be like a prejudice, do not discriminate among his followers. So should just consider all as a team, as a group, and treat them equally and provide them equal rights. So wherever some followers are treated differently, yeah, sometimes it's possible that the leader behaves differently or treat some employees differently. So it should also be clear that why those employees or why those followers are treated differently. There should be some fair, clear, and also some circumstances where the leader wants to treat some followers differently. So it means should make it morally clear to people that why the leader wants to treat some employees differently. Otherwise all of them should be given like same position, same values, and also they should be given the feelings that all of them are playing very important role, and all of them should be compensated equally. They should be given equal rights. So the followers, they should show and feel justice. This is like a very important quality. Next point is community building. He develops community. An ethical leader outside his own purpose as well as his followers' purpose, while making efforts to achieve the goals suitable to both of them. He is considering to the community interests. So it means that ethical leaders, they are considering, the three dimensions. One, his own personal goals and objectives. Second, the goals and objectives of his subordinates, his followers and employees. And at the same time, he is considering community that he is serving. Simply, we can say that ethical leaders, they also consider community building, community development, and also community interests beside their personal in the interest of his followers. Next threat of ethical leaders is the honesty. So it's important, for all human beings to be honest with all the people they have the relation to. But for leaders, it's more important to show honesty in their leadership style or in their personality, because they are the leading people. They are leading, the number of people, and all of the people, look to them, and all the people have, more expectation, from the leaders. So they should show leadership first to themselves, then to the followers, and also to the community. So he is loyal and honest. Honesty is essential to be an ethical and effective leader. Honest leaders can be always relied upon and dependent upon. So if you're a leader and you show honesty, so people will depend upon you. People will come to you and they will ask you for solving their problems, for leading them, for guiding them. But if you are showing dishonesty, we have the great examples in our own country that we always see our political leaders, they're not showing honesty towards society and community. So that's why the people, they do not believe on government, and they are losing their trust on government. They're not taking their issues and problems to government for solving them. Because of what, there is a kind of, dishonesty in belief to be that the government does not show any honesty in their decisions or in their operations. They always earn respect of their followers. So if you show honesty in your behavior, so definitely the followers, will show you, also honesty, and they will respect you. An honest leader presents the fact and circumstances truly and completely, no matter how critical and harmful the fact may be. So true leaders and honest leaders, they're always, clearly communicating, the situations if they are, even dangerous and harmful to the followers, society. So he is, communicating clearly things to the followers and telling them that, what the situation is and what the issues are that they are going to face. They're not hiding the problems from people. They're always sharing the problem with the people. He does not misrepresent any fact. So ethical leaders, they do not show the fact which is maybe dangerous, maybe harmful. So they're not hiding that. They're not misrepresenting it. یعنی تصویری غلط هیچ وقت نشان نمیده. اگر در کدام مشکل باشه و کدام حالت کریتیکال باشه، او را همیشه که همراه فالوورز خود شریک میسازه و هیچ وقت کوشش نمیکنه که او را از او پنهان بسازه. Also, the next quality is that ethical leaders, they manage stress very effectively. What normally we know that the managers and the leaders, they encounter or they come across with stress situations or with difficult or tough situations, both in their personal life and also in their business life or their formal life. But they have great management, and they are just managing both situations very properly and effectively, and they never show or they never just express their emotions, or if they have stress which they have experienced in their personal life, so they never take it out on their followers. So they always professionally or very effectively dealing their stress situations, and they never just take the advantage of their personal power, and they never just want to their personal power or the power which they gain from a possession in a way that can hurt other people. They never misuse their personal power for doing those activities which are ethically not good. And they can create anger, frustration, fear among the employees and followers. So it says that leaders who have ethics know how to handle, how to manage and deal the stress situations more productively, efficiently, and effectively. And they always show very much positivity in their behavior, even in the stress situation. Regular outbursts are not acceptable and will make your other workers feel stress. If you just always feel very much anger in you, or expressing your emotions or your stress in a way that it affect the behavior of your individuals and your followers. So even you are affecting negatively your followers, you're discouraging your followers, their productivity is going to be decreased. They will always feel fear, they will have frustration, they will feel stress, they will have discouragement. They will never come to you for solving their problems. So it's better for the ethical leaders that they should manage and control their emotions, their stress, and also their negative feelings. It's essential to note that leadership is all about values. So as a leader, you should always have values for the organization, for society, and also for the individuals. And it's impossible to be a leader if you lack the awareness and concern for your own personal values. So as I said before in our previous lecture, we also have discussed a lot about this, that whenever you're leading people, so first lead yourself, first motivate yourself, encourage yourself. If you want to create values for society, for organizations and individuals, first you should have personal values. If you know your values, what do you want to achieve, what's your vision and what's your mission, what's your goal and objective, what do you want to achieve and where do you want to go. So if you know or you can understand your values, so leadership has a moral and ethical aspect. Then you can create values for others. These ethics define leaderships. Leaders can use the above mentioned threats, and just build their personalities more, and they can have better influence on their employees, and they can have better influence on the behavior of the employees. All right, before coming to the importance of ethical leadership, I would go back and discuss one point, that the above qualities which we have explained, if you want to have a better example in our life, that who have these qualities or who had these qualities. So I would give the reference of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that he was one of the leader that actually he possessed all those mentioned qualities that we have talked about in our lecture. He was honest, he was having values, he was serving people, he was always managing every situation quite properly, and he was showing all those ethical characteristics in his behavior, in his personality, that even the non-believers they were inspired by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So now let's discuss the importance of ethical leadership. Why it's important for leaders to have ethics. I say that leadership that's critical and also very much important for all the organizations, even for societies and countries. There are lots of different reasons that we need to have ethical leadership. Number one, the customers and employees that who are attached or connected to organization all the time. So if you're showing leadership ethics, or if you have ethics in your personality as a leader, so you can just impress or you can influence and inspire your employees, and at the same time it will have effect on your customers, because whenever you show honesty in your behavior as a leader, so even customers will be happy from you. In the company as a whole, leadership skills are crucial to help create a positive ethical culture in a company. So whenever the leader has ethics in his personality, so that kind of leader can create a very good atmosphere or a very good environment, ethical environment inside the company. The leaders can help investors feel that the organization is a good, trustworthy one. So if you are like a leader and you possess all ethical aspects and components of components in your personality, in your leadership style, so definitely other investors, they will be motivated and encouraged to invest in your organization, and they'll believe that your organization is one of the trustworthy, one of the organization which can be believed So that's why you can earn, even like a financial benefit for your organization due to your ethical style of leadership. Customers are more likely to feel loyal when they see leaders in place in an organization. Good press is likely to come with there are ethical leaders in an organization. Partners and vendors will similarly feel they can trust and work well with organization when they see the leadership that is ethical displays. So as a whole, we know that leader is always sitting at the top of the organization, and others they're following the leaders. So when leader presents or leader express great honesty in serving other people in a very good way, respecting other people, and just treating other people very much kindly, properly. So you are just making an example for others. So that's why from all aspects people will just start to trust you. Even the customers, employees, investors, vendors, and all people will trust in your organization because of what you possess, great ethical leadership personality. In the short term, ethical leaders can help boost employees' morale and help them feel excited about their management and their work. Definitely, whenever the leaders they show or they possess great ethical components, so it help inside the organization. The employees will feel more confident. They will have more team spirit and they will get morale. And they'll be excited about their work. They'll be excited to be part of that organization. It can increase positivity, even productivity, in collaboration, teamwork in your organization, and make everyone feel happier to be at work in part of the organization. So let's discuss, some of the examples of poor leadership and also good leadership. Joel tells his employees they need to be constantly accurate with clocking out for lunch every day, but often Joel will take a lunch in his office. So this is like the example. Whenever you want to create a value, you are telling your followers and employees to be clocking out for lunch every day, but you as a leader not taking or not leading from the front. So you are taking your lunch in office. So he doesn't clock out, but he is not working. This poor example leads his employees to distrust him, because you are asking your employees to do something, but you are not doing it. You are not leading from the front. So you're setting a very bad or a very negative example for your employees. And they will start gossiping about you. They will discuss about you. And they will start not trusting about you. They'll be frustrated by your act because you are using your power in a wrong way. Now let's discuss the example of a good leader. George is leading his team through a merger with another organization. It means George wants to merge his organization with another. Many of his employees are stressed. Definitely, merging the organization, it's not an easy job or not an easy task to do, because while merging the organization, maybe some of the employees will lose their job. Even some of the employees will be rotated. But George is a confident and positive model of how to do work well without being overly anxious. His staff feels more confident and at ease because George is so relaxed and positive. So whenever you as a leader leading from the front, you are not feeling any anxiety, any pressure, or any stress. So that gives energy, that boosts the confidence of your employees because you are presenting a very good picture. You're not letting them to be under pressure. You feel confident as a leader. So when you are confident, your followers automatically gaining energy from your personality. So this is a very good example of a leader.